Hey, good evening. Welcome to Underrated Evening Random Conversation Part 2. We're going to talk about a few things tonight. Thanks for joining me. Welcome. And let me get this announcement out the way. Want to know more? Welcome on my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Hit the bell when I come my powerful live stream or video. Also, share this live stream and others that I did in the past. Let's get them likes and the views up. Very much appreciated. Also, you want to know more about me, go to my Facebook page. Yours truly, Jerry Thomas. Facebook group. All in caps. JT Blackman 44. Also, my Twitter account at JT Blackman 44, also in caps. My Instagram account, small caps. The Underrated Darkness, same thing, small caps. I'm in this joint venture with my brother Ernest Jones. Name of the company is AnsAllToys.com. AnsAllToys.com. Check us out. All in one. We do our social media. Very much appreciate it. Also, I have an Underrated Sports Show every Monday. 7 p.m. Eastern Time, the Underrated Sports Show on this channel with my brother and co-host She Stay Sleep TV. This Monday we didn't have it. I'm gonna see can I squeeze that in through before the week is out. If not, be next Monday. God's willing. And I'll be having the fellowship live every Sunday. Don't know what time. It's early evening. Check us out. It's all about breaking bread at the darkest table. Had great conversations. Sometimes get serious and sometimes it be funny. But all about building and show our kids through our community and throughout humanity that this is essential that we should do. Right? So that's that. Welcome. Loso. Kenneth Nash, what's good? How you feel? Sister K. Archie. Glad you're coming. We'll wait for some more people to get in. Welcome everybody. Wait for some more people to get in. I ain't gonna be in that night. I ain't gonna be on that night that long. That's good. I don't know. I'm gonna have panel discussion tonight. It looks like it. I'm not, but it depends how I feel. But if I am, I ain't gonna be that long. Shout out She Stay Sleep TV. Welcome. Like I said, wait for some more people to get in. What's going on, Cap? Hope you're all right. I don't know what happened. Hope you're all right. But I'm gonna talk about a few things tonight. Wait about another 3 to 5 more minutes. Get this thing cracking. Glad y'all showed up. Let's get them likes up. Thank you. Trying to see. So, well, I'm gonna read about this story. I might have a few people come on. I don't know yet. Depends. It's that shooting. This is the first story. Matthew, North Carolina high school students shot and killed, and fellow student during a fight in a crowded school halfway Monday morning. Officials said a prompt lockdown and generating an atmosphere of chaos and fear. Dozens of parents rushed to the school and make sure their children were safe. Authorities said bullying led to the shooting, and the conflict started several days before the fatal accounting. The police department Matthews, about 12 miles southeast of Charlotte, said the 60-year-old freshman Joel Cuffey was taken into custody by a school resources officer about 10 minutes after the shooting of Butler High School. Police Staston Terrell said Cuffey admitted the shooting to a teacher, and the teacher helped arrange his surrender to police. Kiana Scott Bay, welcome. It has been an extremely tragic event for us in Matthews, for the Butler High School community. Tyrell said a school resource officer who was in the building heard the commotion in the halfway adjustment to the cafe at 7:14 a.m. and saw students running away. He arrived at the scene seconds later and started rendering aid to the wounded student. 3 other officers was within the scene within minutes. The victim, 60-year-old sophomore Bobby McKeithen, was transported to a hospital and died there. Charlotte Mecklenburg School Superintendent Clayton Woodcock called the incident isolated. The conflict begins with bullying and is escalating out of control, Woodcock said. As the fear took over, the young person brought a gun to solve the problem. Woodcock's comment implied that the shooter was a person who was bullied, but Tyrell later wouldn't specify whether it was the suspect or the victim was bullied. We're incredibly sad, and we sorry for the family, Woodcock said, but we also sorry for the young person who thought the way to solve the problem was a gun. Woodcock said dozens, if not hundreds, of students witnessed the shooting before fleeing in panic. He said grief counselors would have been made available. I think it's fair to say that more lives than two have been changed forever. Woodcock said police had not confirmed that kind of gun was used. Woodcock said, I don't know how a young person can get a handgun in the state of North Carolina. Give me a goddamn break. He said the school system was reviewed its security procedure. The school does not have metal detectors. The Charlotte Mecklenburg School District said on Facebook that the weapon has been secured by law enforcement and the school was placed in lockdown, which since has been lifted. Family was allowed to pick their students from the entrance to the campus. Before the lockdown was lifted, dozens of parents gathered outside the school to await word on the student. Multiple parents was told local television channels that they felt confused and unsure where to meet with their children. Videos provided to CBS affiliated WNCN by freshman students show panic in the crowded hallways in the aftermath of the incident, with students asked to to be let out of school. A kid was shot. They want us to go to class. The freshman, Josh Cherry, is heard saying in the video, kids was crying. It's a mess. When students were allowed to leave, the video showed students streaming out and many crying in hugs. Yeah. Matter of fact, she stay asleep. I'm gonna get you on a few minutes on the panel. Classes were held for students remain on campus. The district said about 100, 2,200 Black natives. Hi, podcast. Welcome. Black native, if you want to get on to, feel free, please. Very much appreciate it. Well, release the normal dismissal time. Wilcox said. Wilcox defended keeping the students in the building, saying that they want to assure safety transport before allowing them to leave. In a statement released to the station, North Carolina State Superintendent Mark Johnson, said, I am heartbroken to hear that we have lost a student to school violence in one of our schools. We have contact Charlotte Mecklenburg authorities and will assist any way we can, but of course, our thoughts far for the parents of and other loved ones of a student who passed away, Johnson said. The safety of our student is paramount. This is a sad day for all North Carolinians, and we must work together as a community to address these problems. That's his first story. When I heard about it, at first, I wasn't going to do it. You know? Okay. But if you want to get on Black Native, let me know. You can put your email in the chat and I can get you on. And that's the first story we're going to talk about. That. So I'm going to get She Stay Sleep on it because he lives in North Carolina, and then I'll probably just add on like little by little, because this is a problem that is really happening. And there's not, and I'm gonna tell you, in these school shootings, I think it's almost to 28, 29 this year so far. And it's gotta get better. I'm trying to find out, was it both black? It doesn't make a difference, but if you look at this boy, it's like his eyes like was senseless. Jawar Cuffy, you know. And got people who said, where did they get these guns? Y'all know where the guns come from. Y'all know. But always, in a way, being in our community. You know. Okay. No problem. And just sad. Well, real sad. You know, let me get Sonny on here. Sonny Box Talk. You want to get on? Talk about this. For the cows. And you know, they don't have to be. You don't have to be a parent. You know, it can go to anybody. Anybody want to get on a panel? Let's talk about this. It's very, very, very important. No, just sad to me that kids getting bullied. Man, you know, people gonna say like, why this happened? Part is climate, what the president bring, but I feel that we have to learn to look out more for each other. You know, and I think that's very, very much appreciated, very much important. Oh. Okay, no problem. Well, I think that, especially in our community, that we have to learn to watch out for ourselves. Oh, gotta pay attention to sign, especially in our community. A lot of us want to make ends meet, have one job, two jobs, or even do a lot of things just to be um just survive. But at the same time, we got to pay attention to signs. We got to teach our kids, no matter what status they're in, to respect each other. And oh, we had to. People say, I do talk to my kids, but do you have quality time with your kids? It don't have to be just parents, aunts, uncles, godfathers like me, godmothers like me. Other ones, do you take time? The real Aaron Collins, what's up? You know, it's sad. You know, I've been thinking about this. That's what happened, and too loud. It's gonna change. The family. I mean, two families. I mean, not too loud. Two families. The one that they lost their child, and one that's going to throw. They're gonna throw the book at it. And it's sad all over. And the one that is, it's really suffering. That us as people, we suffer. We can never say, "Oh, I ain't really doing me." You know what? Let's warm, wishful thinking. You know, Black Names. I just got the book of ISIS papers. Must read, should be taught in school. Yeah, you right, but they gonna take. Okay, son. Okay, watch out for the LinkedIn. Get you one right now, so it'll be quick, son. Mm-hmm. Here you go, Sonny. You can get on. See the link. We get back. But get back, sister. You know, Black Names. That's good. That's very good. And you know, maybe you should speed it on because they ain't gonna teach that in our schools. You want to get on the panel? Put your email in the chat. I copy it that, or copy it down. Then some blue is gonna be pop up. I click on the blue, and you should come straight to the panel. Black Names, if you want to get on, you can. Hold on, K. Archie. Okay. Oh, shoot. Mm-hmm. Here you go, Sonny. Let me go back. What's up, what's up, old liable? Thanks for coming. We copy this down first. Mm-hmm. We fought too. What's going on, brother?
Peace, family. What's going on?
I'm good. I'm good.
Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
One,
Peace to
two,
the
one.
chat.
All right, all right, all right. All right, KRT, watch out for you. Watch out. Because I'm saying to you right now. Nope.
What are we talking about today, brother?
About the shooting in North Carolina. Heard about that?
Man, I've been so busy, man. I missed it. What happened?
It was all right, KRT. Here you go. Come on. Watch out for your link. It was this kid was getting bullied. I believe he was a sophomore. No, he was a freshman. And I guess he came back to school, shot the boy up, died in the hospital. Welcome, Queen.
Hey there. You hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right.
You're good. Thank you. Welcome.
Peace
Thank
to the
you.
sister.
Yeah, welcome. And so the kid died. And
Mm.
so
Was this a Caucasian kid or
it was a black
Asiatic?
kid. I believe the one they arrested, he was black. They showed
Gee.
The
he
one who
was
did the
black.
shooting?
I seen the picture. I read it when I read it from store. I read it. Now the one they shot, I don't know. They didn't say who he was, but they sort of show. I, but if you look at his eyes look senseless. Like that was a disturbing picture. That you know, it's like for me, it's like I can't get that off my mind. But I
So
do
you
want
saying
to. Huh? Go ahead. Go
so,
ahead.
so you saying this is an Asiatic kid who shot up the school?
Yeah, he shot one. He shot the one that bullied him.
Wait a minute. Asian? What?
No, no, not Asian. No, Asian. It wasn't the Asian.
Asiatic.
Asiatic.
That's the name that I choose to call five people.
Right. Us as a people. Right.
Oh, okay. I was like, whoa, this is groundbreaking. Okay.
No, that's what we call it sometimes. And but the other one I don't know. I'm trying to look through the phone right. I'm trying to look through it right now, see where he was an Asiatic, but I don't know. I couldn't say. But if it's just like two Asiatics, both families is paying for it.
It's not even both families. It's the community because those kids know each other, and the kids that go to school know everybody. I remember.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You're right, but I'm talking about right now. The family is really paying for it because I know it's hurting our community, but I can't imagine that what two families have to go through right now. I can't, and it's like right, it does trick it down to you. So your take on that, Queen?
In 1996, a kid that I knew, his name was Jonathan Hall. Um, he got stabbed to death 131 times with a screwdriver. Um, it He got raped and they threw him in a retention pond. And this was like 1 year after I had graduated out of school. And Jonathan was 12.
Mm.
And so I went to school. Jonathan was 12, so he would have been starting middle school. Same middle school I went to. My brother is my brother at that time would have been 10, so he would have been in school with Jonathan. I went to school with Jonathan's sister. One of the neighbors' uncles came from prison and did this to him, and one of the boys in school, his younger brother did this as well. And okay, who's got an echo?
Uh,
Is it me?
no, go ahead.
Okay. So we knew, the whole community knew all of the people involved. And I'm telling you, to this day, it's hard. It's hard to talk to my friend, hey, how you doing? Because we know there's a hole in our community. Like, where's Jonathan? Jonathan would have had kids, 16, 17-year-old kids by now. His mom went crazy. She um took drugs. They found Jonathan behind the lady where she worked at. Right next to the neighborhood. The police, they didn't have Amber Alerts and all that stuff back then. But I'm telling you, this is one of the reasons I moved from where I lived, because I couldn't drive that road anymore, because I would always think about Jonathan. I was one of the last persons that seen him. So, like, with me saying that it's like the collateral damage that this has done is so enormous, because, like, one of the boys, his brothers just got out the beginning of this year, and I think they kept the older guy. But like, we know his brother did it, but do we still be mad at the whole family? Do we still be mad at the other person's whole family, even though that was her uncle? It's like it was like, I'm telling you, it changed my life. I can't be around retention ponds anymore, and I can't be like, I don't even like trees anymore because So with that being said, it's like, there's so much that goes into that with these school shootings. It's not just the families, it's the everybody, the police, the community. People lose their minds over stuff like this, literally.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Right about that. My brother, you got anything to say? Sonny?
Yeah, indeed, man. This is very, very unfortunate. Um, of course, you will have to look at the parents in the situation of the child who was being bullied. Um, we don't know if the child tried to reach out to. We don't know the. I don't know the whole circumstances of the story. If the child tried to reach out to his parents,
Mm-hmm.
or if the child even had parents. Um, I will say that like that type of activity, as far as schools, is kind of we don't kind of normally we don't do that. Um, yeah, it's very unfortunate. Um, we need to make sure that we, as a whole, are looking at, as I guess as a community, that we're looking at different signs of depression. You know, signs of suicidal thoughts, or walking around depressed all day. Parents just need to do a better job. Not saying that that we don't, but this in particular instance, um, you can tell that he wasn't talking to his family. He wasn't discussing how he was feeling with his family. And if he did, maybe they dropped the ball on this one, because our people, we're pretty stern. Like, w- sometimes we do kill each other out in the streets, but school shootings is something that we're really not known for.
Nada.
So um, I would have to take a look at the parents. Like, the police need to take a look at the parents, or his guardians, or whoever's his caretaker, and find out what's going on with that situation, because there's possibly maybe some charges need to be put upon them. Um, and
Mm-hmm.
how did he get the weapon? If you are a parent who holds firearms, you're responsible of how you keep your firearms. You know, and you're safe or out of reach from the children's hands. Like, how did he get a firearm? It's a whole bunch of information that, um, even when you talk on the subject, there's a lot of information that we need to kind of know about. Salute to my sister, Poetic Kills. I pass the mic on that.
All right. Um, Native, Black Native, I just sent you the link. Watch out for it, please. When you get it, um, then we'll go on. Okay. Um, Mo Valley, my brother, if Mo Valley, if you want to join on, I can get you on if you want. See if it works. So I just said, for me is we have to develop more options to talk to our kids and safety. And At first, I wasn't gonna do a live, but I feel that I have to do this. I have to bring this. I have to talk about this, so we could be on a court of our people. Hold on. I was trying to get some people on. I want to get on um Black Natives. I want Black Natives to get on because it's very important. And don't worry, not add little by little, because there's another story that I want to touch on too. Um, but I think that it's just sad, you know. You know, I be lying. I said my heart ain't coming out because it is, and it's you wish you could do more. Um, you can KRG, you can go ahead and speak, sis, because I'm trying to get this email on so sis can get on.
Yeah, I didn't have a whole lot to say other than that. I find it very, very strange, because we're a really, really loving and compassionate race as a whole. I find it really strange for that type of violence to take place. Now, I guess we'll beat your ass, but to be shooting up stuff like that, that's just that just sounds crazy. That just sounds like out of character, way out of character for us.
And I think
Well,
also,
go ahead, go ahead.
and I was going to say, I think also on the flip side, as far as parents, we need to talk to our children about, the word bullying also, because kids can be very, very mean, very, very mean and very, very harsh. And typically, our people have known to be a people who, have thick skin, you know, like the sister said, like in school, like you'll get beat up or whatever, but it's not, we don't do too many school shootings, but nowadays when you look at school, there's some terrible parents out there. There's some terrible people out there, and I think we need to do a better do a better job as a people to communicate with your kids. Like sometimes you hear the kids talk to their friends or whatever, um, and sometimes you might overhear them talking about a story with somebody in the school, and just kind of listen sometimes. Listen to what they be saying. Like you might catch them saying something mean, like, "Yeah, they told this girl that she ugly" or something like that. Then you chime in, correct them, like, "Yo, look, don't don't be mean like that. Like, don't be calling people ugly and be trying to hurt people's feelings because we're living in a world where you don't know what the child is going through. We got kids that's shooting up schools nowadays. So like, don't just come out your mouth and say anything out your mouth. Like, be respectful, even if they're nerds or whatever. You know, because back in the day when I was in school, a lot of us we sometimes we would pick on the nerds because they were the ones that was always different, right? But when they got out of school and went to college or whatever, they they tend to be a little bit more successful than some of us sometimes. So like I think as far as parenting needs to be a lot better. It's not just parenting, it's observing as a community. Like 'cause sometimes the men can be like a big brother or some sort of mentor to some child. So same thing with the women. They could be like a big sister to a child. Because some of the women, some of the kids that be in school, they might go through foster care or had a parent that passed away, and they might be in a situation to where it's not like it's not ideal like our situation was when we were younger. So they might have a lot of pent up anger inside of them, and some people don't know how to deal with that type of anger. So like the parents on both sides need to be looked at actually. I mean, it's unfortunate that the bully got killed for bullying, you know, but that's also a life lesson for the street. Like, 'cause if you go on the street, you can't talk to anybody any type of way
Mm-hmm.
because you'll get dealt with the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So um, we need to do a better job as a whole, as a people, just to see what the weather is. Just talk to the kids sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Pass the mic.
Yeah. Um, Black Native. I see the link. Keep on watching out for it. Mo Valley. I seen you the link. Let me know you got it. Thank you so much, Latasha. I really appreciate that. Let me read this before I continue. Mo Valley Ball. Thanks again, brother, for coming. You say parents can't even discipline their kids the way the old ways used to be. They locked up now. That's so true.
That's
That
true.
that put a hinder. That it really is. All right,
It,
Black
it,
Lady, I'm gonna send it to you. Yeah, go and spend on that, Queen.
it's lent its hand to us with as single mothers or whatever have you, not being able to get our sons in check early. Because and then when they get adolescents and they get I don't know what the hell happened to them when they hit 14, 15, they start getting what's that word? They have a chip on their shoulder to men or whatever and authority, and it's just not cool. I mean, girls too. And then you got this shit on TV, this love and hip hop, where everybody's kind of I don't know what that attitude what that is, but it lends the disrespect, just the plain old disrespect of another person. You can't discipline your children, so therefore you're going to have these types of problems in school where if you don't just pray to God that you have a not a docile child, but a child you can talk to. If you have a child that's got any type of rebellion in them, they're liable to wind up dead. They're liable to wind up in fights. They're liable to wind up in jail. Because you can't correct them with corporal punishment anymore.
Mm-hmm. I remember back in the early '90s. Maybe y'all remember. I remember this that it was this parent chastised a child, and that case went to the Supreme Court. And guess who won that? The kid. And they said, well, you could divorce your parent. And the kid had the right to divorce, but I think it was 8 or 9 years old. And I always knew how this oppressed system works. I could say it didn't surprise me because it didn't. And I feel that after that really happened, that's when everything changed. And and that's real sad because okay, Okay, Black Native, I got you. I'm gonna do it. I'll put the other email in. Okay. Um, and for me, it's like throughout the years I've seen this going on. It just especially in our community, it put a definite strain how you're supposed to raise our kids, and then the kids fall right into it, fail to realize that um that it's all about discipline. It's all about keeping them out of trouble, and then most of the time they win. All right, Black natives, watch out for the link. I just sent it. The email you just get to me. Just tell me to type in. Watch out for the link. And I'm not gonna say I'm baffled. I'm not gonna say that, but it's for me. It's like that's why we got these kids. I mean, throughout humanity too. Yes, but especially in our community, there's no direction there because you could say you better not do that. They catch attention and go and tell the people in the school, oh, my parents hit me and this and that. Oh, they do this and that. They come to find out you're having a charge, you know what's going on. And then later on, they kind of find out they lie, but the parents have a charge for nothing. And we gotta talk about that. People don't like talking about it because but with these kids, these kids, our kids, and especially in our community, they know the law better than the parents do, better than the adults do, and we got to switch that around. We really do. Um, my brother Sonny, go. Can you chime into that, please?
Indeed, man. I think there needs to be a balance as a whole as far as how we discipline our children. Um, a lot of times we do refer back to the old ways and how, some of our ancestors or when we were younger, how we were disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that doesn't necessarily mean that that was the right way to do it
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of our form of discipline we learned from our oppressors.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got some people who in the chat may remember stories or may remember of getting switches, and branches and extension cords, and that's used to instill fear, which um for the most part has worked for our community, but we need to do a better job. We need to find out another way, and I think that way is um to spend time with the children, to talk to them, to because there's other ways of disciplining your child versus putting your physical harm. Even though we do mean right, we're not trying to abuse the child. Um, I just think it's sometimes in the past, I believe that some of our parents may have taken it a little bit too far, and they're just repeating what they've been learned. So I think communication is key. And you don't have to spank your child. Like sometimes our children like video games. They have all these things that we get them, all these things that they like. Just need to sit down and talk to them more. Because I mean, at some point they get past the age to where you can spank them. You know what I mean? So what are you going to do then? You know. So I pass the mic on that.
That's true.
I'm gonna sound ghetto here. I'm gonna sound real ghetto, but when my kids were toddlers, 1, 2, months old, I popped them on their booty with a flip flop, a foam flip flop. And when my oldest girls got to be menstruating time, that was the end of spanking, any kind of spanking. But now I have a son, and being that his father wants to be how he wants to be, I have to really talk to him so he's not in any kind of nasty attitude towards women. So he's. But my girls, I really have to keep them in line a different kind of way because like I'm very open with my children, but if you defy me, there's all kinds of consequences and the worst consequences in the house. Like I tell them all the time because at jail they're not supposed to hit you, but me and you gonna fight if I have to go get you. If you go to jail, you're gonna be in there with a bunch of people who do not care or love you or want to see you do good. I want to see you do good in spite of your juvenile ways right now. And yeah, me and my girls, if it come to that, we just have to throw down because we're not gonna be out in the street acting all kinds of ways. But I'm a lot more calm with my discipline than my mom was with me. I can say I never picked up an extension cord. Excuse me, I never picked up a belt. I never picked up a damn, what was that thing my mom used to a weeping willow tree branch. That thing. Man, I wanted to cut all the damn trees down in Georgia. I hated them damn trees.
Oh,
I hated them fucking trees. I wanted to cut them all down. I remember my mom hit me with a belt one time, and it was the belt buckle. And I just like looked at her, like, and I can remember we were in Georgia. I think it was, I don't remember when it was, but I remember that day. Like I didn't like her after that. Like it was like you just it was for something stupid. I remember that right now, and I can always say I don't want my children to ever feel like that towards me. So very 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 disciplined on the laying of hands, as we would say.
oh, that's crazy. That's good. Yeah, I remember. Like my father used to be, but I think it was about maybe 8 or 9. He know I hate cold weather. Oh, you know what cold? He said, Francis, buck in the morning. No, beat me, beat me, beat me. You know, and and then he used to take basketball. When he take basketball, it's like, oh god, and bundle me up. And he said, you better play in the snow, play in the cold to them other kids. So I don't want to play in no cold. Listen, I ain't gonna beat you. No, 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 no. You gonna play in the snow? Oh, I was just to be pissed. Or you mad? I'll make you go outside. And but there are different methods. But I feel at the same time too, the system has play on it too. You know, and and I know that y'all say you being per too much. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I get that. But that there are some kids, you know, that you could go all out to discipline them. Some ain't working, and I think that it's just for me that in our community that let's not get away of making sure our kids understand that what they're doing is wrong. And make sure that there are consequences when you do wrong. Also, I believe that you should not baby a child. Nah, shouldn't baby. Because I wasn't baby no child. I was the youngest for almost 13 years before my youngest brother was born. And I never got baby. Yeah, I got my beatings, don't get me wrong, I got my beatings. And I got my part of this shit and everything. And I come out okay, but I do understand that so
Yeah, my kids don't do much try me. I had a friend's daughter over here one night, and I don't know what these damn children was thinking. They snuck out in the house. It was 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay, but for, you got to have somebody sneak out the house for, and you got to have somebody sneak out the house with. So because I'm up at night. I hear my door open. I hear my window shut, whatever, because my house is real tight. So I hear all this stuff. Call her mama, say, is so and so over there? She said, no. I said, okay. I'm getting ready to go beat your daughter's ass. She said, oh, wait, I'm coming. Okay. I catch up with her. And we go over. I say, where was you at? And I knew where she was. I already knew where she was. So I told her, I said, do you know how dangerous that is? Any damn body out here, and there's pedophiles out here. Anybody, pick your ass up, take you out, because people sleep. And I painted a real deal scenario for her. I said, and you got my daughter out here. Now, I said, you got my daughter out here. So both of y'all can wind up. People take people's organs? They take your organs and leave you on the side of the damn road. It's not a joke. I said, and at that time, my daughter was like, but mom, I popped right in her nose because, this is no joke. The damn DCF, the police, all that stuff, they want something to say about, they want to put somebody on the news. So, and then we get to the boy's house. I knock on the door. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. The dad comes out. He's all hyped up in this, that. Oh, it wasn't my son. It wasn't my son. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. How is it that I'm here? Your child's lights on in his room because he just came through the window. Look, and it was a big debacle. But these kids, my children would never try nothing like that again. And it was good for my younger ones to see that, because it's like, if you want to see somebody at some weird old time in the morning, it might be okay, but it needs to be okay with some of the other night out parents. Y'all can sit in the front room play PlayStation. Makes no sense to be sneaking out of the house when you have somebody that's awake and supervising y'all, because I don't want no damn problems from these police around here. And after that, they kind of understood. But they know mommy, Miss Kia, auntie, she ain't about that shit. She'll get out in the middle of the street and wake the whole damn neighborhood up if you fucking up. So I think some of that showing out, because I was always scared of my grandma and my mom coming and to the school or something, and just, oh my God, just showing out. I was terrified of that. So I think I turned into that now. But yeah, I think sometimes we kind of do have to make a spectacle just to mortify them children. I think that might touch them a little bit more than putting hands on them.
Cool. All right, my brother.
Indeed. I think one of the major problems of the old way of um, chastising or that form of discipline, I think it only lasts but for so long. For instance, like let's just say, I get I do something I was supposed to do in school, right? And I get disciplined for it. Like I get some sort of spanking for it. Or you do something outside of your house, you get some sort of spanking for it. Like normally, a lot of times, there's just like a spanking. There's no enforcement of why, because like what ends up happening is children learn to try to do things without getting caught because like they're worried about, if they get in trouble, they don't get a spanking. Not if I get in trouble, this will happen or that'll happen, and I'm gonna get a spanking or something like that. Because when you look at the word discipline, discipline and disciple is very close to the same word. Like when you look at the spelling of it, they're very, very similar. And discipline is the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience. Now, punishment, there's many different forms of punishment that can work. Um, like I said before, I think our ancestors, we were used to seeing, um, our people getting whipped. We've been whipping for so long, whip, 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 whip. Um, we need to start to, really discipline and disciple our children. Like I said, the definition of discipline is the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior. So we have so much wisdom inside of us as parents. That's what we need to be, pretty much pouring into our children, not going overboard with switches and things of that nature. I'm not saying, you know, don't pop her behind or anything like that. I'm just saying, you know, I'm just pointing out um, where a lot of that came from, and I think that we need to kind of learn from that and grow from that, and learn how to really sit our children down and explain to them. I was gonna spank you, but you need to understand your consequences of your ways. With you acting like this, what road that's going to send you, and that fear and the fear and that should be enough wisdom for them to deter them from certain actions, versus just a spanking, because that's just gonna make me want to try to cover up my tracks more, so I don't have to endure a spanking versus the consequences of whatever I did. Because sometimes kids feel like they're good at stealing or robbing. They feel like they might not get caught. But if they get caught, they know they're gonna get a spanking when they get home. So they try to perfect their ways of not getting caught for certain situations. But I pass the mic on that.
Yeah. Blackness, I'm trying to get you on, and I'm gonna keep on trying. Um, I'm gonna switch to another story. Y'all heard about the shooting, the synagogue shooting in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I heard something about that. I heard someone told me that they was trying to blame the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan on that.
Nah, yeah, I did try, but can't blame on that. Do you heard?
I don't even see how they could. How in the hell would he be responsible for that? I mean, like how would they even spin that shit?
I think they tried to bring they tried to say something to the effect of his so-called anti-Semitic views and some of the harsh things that he may have said that they may have tried to cut and screw to make it look worse than what it was, something like that, something to that effect.
That's embarrassing. They ought to be embarrassed. That man has whatever the hell kind of problems he's got, and he went in there and did what he did. They need to deal with him accordingly and leave everybody else alone.
And then the ones who did it, family, we talking about the Nazis extremists, white supremacists. And then we got to have a president, I call Orange Crush 45. He pushing this. And there's still some people, they refuse to really talk about that. No?
What is being pushed?
The extremists. I said, you know, because a lot, you see the extremists, they come out radically now. And you know, they really coming out the woodwork. But people always be thinking, oh, they've been, they've been out for a long time. But now they got a license now. They feel they could do it. That's why you see a lot of these school shootings. And a lot of them is like red, white supremacists, Nazis. Look what happened in Charlottesville.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that particular comment. The reason why I say that is because, um, there was quite a bit of shootings before Trump got in office.
No, I'm not saying, no. Listen what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying. There are shootings that be coming, but I'm just saying that when you have like close to 200,000 that go up to Charlottesville and all of them is Nazis, and they said these derogatory things, and then when you have the president say these are good people too. To me, that is given a license to really spear that on. I'm not saying that it never was no school shooting before. I just felt that of that moment it went to another notch. And now it's 2 years of his presidency. Now people who really support it on the down low, now they acting like, oh, we don't know what's going on, but you've been pushing this for a long time. And what was going to happen when he became president, and I know this for a fact, one of the lists that they do is the what's the name of that list? There's a list that whoever that caused anything around the world or anything or in the United States, oh, it's terrorists. It's the terrorism list. That's one of the lists that they have. So they know any trouble that really happened, they got to put that first and they narrow it down. So what happened was a case that Trump that put these Nazis and the extremists first. He put the Islamic and the Muslim first. They are extremists, and all due along these white supremacists and these Nazis had rose up and come out, and there's no answer really for it.
So basically, you're saying that you feel like that, in layman's terms, you feel like Trump put a battery in their back.
Oh yeah, they did. On the second on a real level. I mean, it's been out for a long time. I'm not saying that. It's been a long time, but he okayed it. And then there wasn't enough money to really protect us. So you think about the FBI and the other law enforcement, they handicap. And then some of law enforcement is racist too. So, but that's another conversation. So, then you got other people now. They got now that I could do what I want. Look what happened to the brother. He can't get in his building to go upstairs. Lady, you can't go in. Another white lady talking about, oh yeah, you're supposed to play in the park. You can't walk down the street. Oh, he messing with me. Oh, she's messing with me. I'm like I said, I've never said it never happened like that. In the past it happened. But now it's more. It come out more. Look what happened to the brothers in Philadelphia. In Starbucks. They go there and do a business venture, and the lady called them up, oh, he did something. They all got arrested overnight and come to find out she lied. She'd have done what she not want them in. Oh, I'm just saying, visual do not lie. Visual do not lie. It doesn't make no sense to turn a blind ear, family. It doesn't make no sense to make your own conclusion of it. Is what you see is what you see. But the question is, how are we going to deal with it? Even some of our people who down with it, how we deal with it? These are the questions we got to ask. That's all I'm saying. I can walk down the street. They still class their bag tight. When I shop, I be very cautious. Especially if I know I have a lot of stuff. I usually call the carrier to make sure he's outside food line. So what I just need to do to take my stuff, roll my stuff in, put it in the truck and go home. Put it in the trunk and we go home.
I had an experience yesterday with some craziness like that. I was at where the hell was that? Bass Pro Shops. And I was I had waited my 7-day period and I was there to pick up my shotgun. And I had my daughter with me. And so I go, there's 3 gentlemen on behind counter, and there's 2 customers. The one gentleman is helping the one father and son, and there's 2 gentlemen all the way at the other end. I'm at the register. Do you know I stood there for a good 15 minutes? And I told my daughter, I let her know what we were looking at. I said, you see this? They either think we don't have no money or we're just here to ask some stupid ass questions or whatever. They're not even concerned about anything. They don't know us. I said, this is some of the silliness you have to watch with. I said, but there's always a different way to handle this. I said, because I told her, I said, that's some bullshit ass white supremacy. I said, that's cool. We're going to show them. So I call. I'm standing in the store and I call the store. I said, can you have somebody come help me down here at this shotgun? I like to pick my shotgun up. I like to pick my Winchester up. And she says, well, yes, ma'am, there, you can pick it up anytime. I said, no, I'm in the store and I'm at the counter. I'm here at the register. And I think they're down there. I think I wore my invisible clothes today. So the lady comes, the little black lady, she comes around and she goes all the way down to the end of the counter. And you can see both of them turn around like, oh. So the one man comes down, he goes in the room. He says, hold on, ma'am, let me get your license. Just that. I give him that. Goes in the room to pull my shotgun. Let me check if it's in. It's in. Samantha sold me the one that was up under the counter. I had it 7 days. I know it's there, so can I have my shotgun? Oh, yeah. So he goes in there. I know it's back there. It's a 5-minute deal. Unlock, lock, sign out, sign in, this, that. And so they're back there. They're in there 15 minutes. I said, you see that, Michelle? They're in there talking about, oh shit, how much trouble are we gonna be in? So he comes out with the end of the paperwork. Hi, Miss Archie. How you doing today? I said, well, actually, I'm quite pissed off now. So he's going on whatever, trying to poo-poo the situation. I said, I'm really quite pissed off right now, actually, because I was enjoying my day and I came down here just to waste another hour with you guys not seeing me. So So I got my gun and went up to the front, and I talked to the store manager, and I said, I was down there. I said, y'all got cameras. You have cameras there. I want you to look at your employee, because I'm not really sure if this is sexist or if it's racist. I said, and quite frankly, I feel it's probably both. Why should I have to wait in this store an extra hour of my time when I've already bought something? I said, let me tell you what y'all have done. Y'all have cost yourself another purchase of a firearm, because I was definitely going to buy a 380 today. I said, but I won't be buying it from here since, your employees kind of feel like that. So that was my experience with that. And I also feel like people are just doing stuff just to test people, just to see if they're going to react in some kind of ratchet ass way. And, we got to be smarter than the average bear when we correct these people, because I really feel like they're trying to discredit us and take away our legs out from under us. And that's what I got to say.
Okay, welcome, Loso.
You already know my king. I'm just here, listening to everybody. First, I want to say God bless to the panel. You know what I'm saying? And then God bless to everybody in the chat room. I hope everybody's good. You know what I mean? God bless everybody.
Mm-hmm. All right, what's your take? What we talk about?
I want to say something. You know what I'm saying? I remember back then when parents were hard on us, when parents had a disciplinary way of teaching us how to, you know what I'm saying, be respectful towards yourself, be respectful towards your elders. You know what I'm saying? Don't bully no other child. Don't bully nobody else. You know what I'm saying? If you did, that your mom or your grandmother, somebody will finna get at you because of it. The lack of disciplinary when it comes to how it was to what it is today is not the same. It's totally different. It's like it did a whole 380. Now, you know what I'm saying? So many kids are being bullied. And I think the brother Sonny was talking about that, about bullying. It's like if you call a girl ugly all the time in school, or if you bully a kid that has no friends, that has no type of social life, no type of social activity, and all he's doing is being bullied, one day he just might go home, grab a gun, and do a massacre, just like all these massacres have been happening for almost a 15-year period now. You understand? So we have to sit down and talk to our kids. My son's in college now. My son is 20 years old. You feel me? And the one thing that I always told my son, don't think that you're better than anybody, but also respect everybody and show respect to everybody that shows it to you. Even one that you know that everybody treat different. You don't have to be like everybody else. But in today's new generation, there's so much discrimination. There's so much even more attention towards a kid who doesn't fit in with the crowd or doesn't fit in with the circle, that it creates a problem and it creates tension and it creates pressure. And sometimes things to this nature, like what's going on today in these school shootings, can lead into bad situations, man. And we can lose a lot of kids for no reason just because an adult or even a child don't sit down and communicate, or the parents don't want to communicate with their kids. You know what I'm saying? Kids go through all type of problems. And parents be stressed out working at work. And sometimes parents feel like they ain't got no time to listen to what your son and daughter got to say. And especially when they're being bullied, it might make you do something that you're going to regret for the rest of your life. So just like the brother Sonny said, you know what I'm saying? There's got to be more communication. There has to be more stability. There has to be more discipline on what it is today. The discipline today is weak. Right now, if you whoop your kid's ass for behaving bad, They're going to call the police on you and you going to jail. Back then, your grandmother whooped your ass, your mother whooped your ass, everybody whooped your ass within your family if you did something bad or something very disrespectful. And I think Latasha made that statement. And that's very true because my family was like that. But you know what? Don't abuse your kids either. Don't put your kids in a situation where your kids are going to feel threatened by you, somebody who they're supposed to love and feel protected by. You understand what I'm saying? So I just think that parents and kids should really just talk more, communicate more. And if you know that your child is being bullied in school or you know your child is going through stress or problems, you should be able to be that parent and talk to your child. That's my quote on that.
Yeah, that's true. That's so true. Yeah, I'm still trying, Black Nate. I'm still trying. Just watch out for it. But but get back to that shooting, the synagogue shooting in Pittsburgh. Quite a few people have passed. That's unheard of. No, it's not unheard of because God went, he got a cheeseburger over there. He went into South Carolina, forgot the name of the church, and shot up three people. And I want y'all to chime into that. Queen, you, Loso, and Sonny.
Do you guys know what false flags are?
Mm-hmm.
I'm beginning to think. I'm beginning to think there's some of that going on too. I wonder if some of these people that they're bringing before us and saying, this person did this, are actually not, as one of my I subscribe to Nyla. She calls them sleeper cells. I wonder if something's going on that we just don't quite know right now. Like now we know that Martin Luther King was set up. Like, is it something that is not exactly what's happening? Because we see what it is, but did that man not look like he was out of it? Did he not look like he was deranged, or he didn't look right to me, like somebody that just shot somebody. He looked like he was like a zombie or something, like he was out like drunk, drugged up or something. I really think some of these things that we got going on now are actually happening, but the people who they're putting up here are scapegoats, or I think they're false flags. I really do.
Anybody else want to chime on that?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with the sister, man. I think some of these schools, or what happened in Pittsburgh, I believe some of these things are set up, man. I believe some of these things just come as a fiction to me. If you really put two and two together, when you try to put the pieces together, some things just don't add up. So it could be a scam. It could be a selfish game played by the government. You know what I'm saying? Politically way because of the president that we have today. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of things that don't add up. I talk about it. Mo Valley talks about it. Power of God talks about it. Some of it I just think is politically motivated. You know what I'm saying? The sister also said that it was like, we know that Dr. Martin Luther King was set up. Yeah, but Dr. Martin Luther King was also a Freemason. Dr. Martin Luther King also was following, you know what I'm saying, the government. He had to follow them if he was going to be a part of that agenda, but that's another story. But I do want to agree with her into saying, you know what I'm saying, that some of this got to be fugazi, man, because it's only getting worse and worse and worse. And if you see, you don't even see cops at the scene. What you see is the martial law. They got M16s. They ready to go all out like they ready to go all out in Vietnam. You know what I'm saying? And just with the school shooting that just happened about a day or 2 days ago with the young black male. Oh, come on, man. You gonna tell me right after the shooting that they sounded like pops, like you pop in the streets. It didn't even sound like a gun. You're gonna tell me after that and the parents being worried that you're gonna go ahead and continue school? And most of mass shooting schools, when they have massacres in schools and colleges and things like that,
Hell
they
yeah.
usually
Hell
take a
yeah.
couple of days. They usually take a
Yes.
couple of days.
But
You know what I'm
you-
saying? They give you a week for you to, come to your senses and be with your family and be with your friends and all that. So I'm gonna agree with the sister. Some of it is fugazi, real talk.
Okay, Sonny, my brother Sonny, I'm gonna get to you and I'm gonna get to me. Black natives, keep on watching out. I'm sending every email I can get on, so just keep on looking out for it. But she puts it, no false flags, they are sleeping cells, and what are you feeling is true. Sonny Boss talk.
It's real funny that the sister said that the way that she said that because when I asked you what was going on, you went to kind of give me a briefing on it. One of the statements that you made kind of it was a flag in my mind, but I didn't say nothing. The sister said it. I was like, wow. I wasn't gonna bring that up, but when you said that you saw a particular look in the kid's eye, it looked like he was out of it. Um, that to me seemed was like a red flag to me because when you look at a lot of mass shootings and you look at the ones who were still alive, you will see some of the similar things in the eye, like as if they were drugged. Um, the thing is, what is the benefit of them doing something like that? And like, how easy would it be for them to do something like that? Which it could be very easy. Like it's just like any type of set on a movie. You know, you got different actors. You got CIA. The news agency is owned by the CIA anyway. You know, so um the benefit or one of the things that I see that they're trying to get past is they're trying to uh, um they're trying to mess with the gun laws basically. That's one of the things that they're trying to do. And to go even deeper, it seemed like when they put Trump in place, they're making, because Trump, he's pretty much pro gun. But because of his racist views, it's making a lot of people hate everything that he stands for. So it's kind of weird that he's president right now, and we're having some of these different mass shootings. So I'm very interested if we do have another president, because I think it's funny that his name is Trump, but what the next president is going to do. Uh, But I did want to ask my brother Loso. Shout out to you, brother. I'm glad to see you up here. Glad to share the panel with you.
God bless, man.
God bless, man. Honest to the sister. But I wanted to ask you, where did you get that information about Martin Luther King being a Mason?
You know what? All you have to do is just go back before, oh man, before he had that meeting with John F. K. and what's his name? My favorite activist, Malcolm X. Before that statement at the congregation that JFK had, they had an actual meeting before that, and it was stated by the news and the media, because I did the research myself. It was stated that he was a Freemason. You understand? At first, I didn't believe it because, You know, my brother's fighting for his people. You know, he's a civil rights leader. He's fighting for, you know, everybody's rights, you know, for everybody to get around, to be able to get a job. They'll be harassed, to be discriminated. But then when you look back, he was actually a Freemason, and a lot of people don't know this, but there was a lot of white people within the White House themselves that were backing up Dr. Martin Luther King for a while. But after they got tired of him, once they knew that he was going to start talking after they killed Malcolm X, they killed him too.
Yep. They cleaned up. They cleaned up. That's right.
They killed him too. Exactly my point. You understand what I'm saying? And this is my thing. Dr. Martin Luther King, before he even had that meeting with JFK and Malcolm X, Dr. King was already being spotted. Dr. King was already being, you know what I'm saying, at the panel of the death mark. And the reason why I say that is because Dr. King's wife told him, you need to get away from this situation. You know, these people only trapping you and they only playing with you. And excuse my language, they fucking you over. So what Dr. King started to realize what Malcolm X was doing, that's why he partnered up with Malcolm X and was like, you know what, we need to do this together. And that's when the government said, oh no. You imagine JFK, Dr. Martin Luther King, and Malcolm X together as a trio? Oh, they would have been so dangerous and so powerful, and the government wasn't going to allow that. And that's why they were all assassinated, because they were all going to work together as a team. They were going to do exactly what Dr. King was talking about having that dream. But it never got there because Malcolm X people turned on him. Dr. Martin Luther King's people turned on him, and JFK's people turned on him. So they all were murdered by their own people. So that's why I got the information from, son.
Indeed.
You know, like he was supposed to stay at the Holiday Inn, and he had a little meeting with the CIA people. And they said, well, don't you want to be at a hotel that's black owned? Which they wound up at that hotel where he got assassinated at. So they must have already been set up waiting for him to be in particular situation when he came out and he got shot and killed. I mean,
you know, your history says, you know what you're talking about. Because also with Malcolm X, before he gave that congregation meeting across the street, that whole building was rented by the FBI a week before. So they already had
all of them
up there already. Malcolm X didn't only get shot by his brothers. He also got shot by snipers that were across the other building.
All of them. I might not make it there with you, but one day, you know, I mean, come on. I mean, I always wondered, why was he talking like that? You don't, like us as black people, we know not to be calling that type of stuff out of the air, producing spells out of our mouth. I'm not going to make it there with you. Why are you saying that? You got kids and a wife. Why would you be saying that? He knew.
Yes, he did.
But I want to ask this question though. I'm gonna ask this question that we know that these militias have been out for a long time. We have to understand that. Now, y'all don't know, some of y'all think it's like flags or some of it. I don't think so. Because I've been seeing this for a while myself, that how they be underground. There are some things in social media that these people actually preparing how to fight this war if they ever come up. They go through training. Actually in training. Not no shooting guns. Not no shooting. They have their own camp. They had their own stuff, that fake stuff. So he had, you know, my brother Sonny, he put me on there. I been knew
and they time it. They show you how to shoot with one shoulder or one arm if you get shooting. They show you how to drag a person. They show you how if a person have a bullet, how to take the bullet out, how you sew it up, how you test their reflexes, they blood and everything. They actually is doing it.
You realize all this stuff that they're doing is for the stock market is going to crash, and there's going to be some civil unrest, and they've been holding down the price of silver, and they're scheduled to have a global reset. So our money is going to be, that fiat money is going to be trashed until they reset the money. And I don't know what they're going to do, but we are supposed to be preparing, for our families to be able to protect our stockpiles and this that.
Yeah. But I think they've been surfacing for a long time, for a very long time. And I think that the one thing too, I remember back in 2009 when the Tea Party really surfaced and they started running for Congress, and that's when we need our own government, but at the same time, as part of Nazi and the racists come into the picture, and then you see like a lot of quite a few congressmen all over the country, but especially like Midwest going towards the West, and even in the South, you really start seeing them surfacing, really hitting racist way, they talk about the racist things that they happen. But like I said, it never happened. They just changed the language about, changed the way I speak it, but it's still the same thing. And so I know that some of us as the people, we had dropped a bomb. And we had to get back to protect ourselves. We had to handpick people that wants to fight. And I think that sometimes that sometimes we get out of code and we get out of topic instead of understand that these people do exist. Now, do I think the federal government got some what? Yes, they do. But do I think that these militias is real? Yes, it is. And these are the same people that do not like the government because they figure that they give it to women, slaves, and us as minorities. And we have to understand, us as melanin people, the black man, the black woman, we never really established economic growth. Well, then what they use this gender thing. And the sad thing about it, they are winning. And that's the war we have to deal with too.
And see, I want to say something, my G. I want to say something. Today I did a video, just about an hour or two. I did a video of how the empires of Africa fell. You understand what I'm saying? And when I did this video, I wanted, all my family and all the chat, you know what I'm saying, to get an understanding of how wealthy Africa really was. Africa was the most powerfulest country in the world, the most powerful continent, the most wealthiest with the biggest military. It had the smartest people in the world, it had scientists, it had creators, it had everything you can think of from down the line, from every job, from every discipline aspect of being professionals and to being just the most professional and most ethical in relations and establishing campaigns and building economic wealth, etc., etc. And within that video, it also showed how, as a unity, how, as a civilization, as how blacks as being brothers and sisters, they also committed the biggest mistake and started using envy and jealousy and self-integrity and wanted to command on their own, and they all turned on each other as brothers and sisters until all the empires fell. And that's what's going on today as well. The community, when it comes to Black brothers and sisters and Latin brothers and sisters, we don't have that stability and that unity that we need because we are distracted by the world. We are distracted by drugs. We are distracted by ignorance. We are distracted by bliss. We are distracted by the negativity and the dark energy that we see today in this world. So whatever is projected in your mind that you already know for 20 or 30 years, that's exactly what you're going to study. That's what you're going to categorize as being a you in that chemistry and that category, because you don't know about the other things that your ancestors and your family and how it really used to be. But you're being cop blocking your mind into thinking that you just basing one level, when in reality, if you open your mind and you start to do your own research and see how it really is, the mind will be more powerful. It will be more knowledgeable. And that's the issue that we have, that the unity and the communication as brothers and sisters in the struggle, we ain't paying no mind to that. But then you got brothers like me, yourself, and so many others that are doing this, that are starting to open the conscious and the cerebral capacity of everybody that was lost. 87% of the world is blind, lost, and confused, and have no idea what me and you, JT, and Sis, and my brother Sonny is talking about. They don't. They look at you crazy. If you ask them about their history and culture, they'll look at you crazy. But if you ask them about LeBron James, if you ask them about an athlete or actor or comedian, they'll tell you quick who he is. But they don't know the history of how that comedian got there. They don't know the history how that basketball player got there. You see, our ancestors are being forgotten, and they're the ones who paid the ultimate price for us to be here today. So the problem here is unity. If we don't have unity, we'll fall for anything. And that's my quote on that.
But you know what, Loso? I can tell you this. And I know I've been hearing this narrative lately about Africa, that's not unity. But it's not that long ago, less than 60 years. There's quite a few African. Let me get this out. There's quite a few African nations had developed their own government, and until this day, they still fighting against this oppression. And you know, and I hear what you're saying, but you know, and I know that sometimes that in America we don't hear stories like that. See, when I talk about our people, I gotta make sure that I get that part right, because you know there are some that come in this country, they think they're better, and they can sometimes they you know, they are, sad thing about it, they have been misused and stuff like that, some of us. But I can actually know that I know this for a fact, that there is a brother named Robert Mugabe.
Yes.
And I told people, go to my channel, look for it, because I did a live stream about it and the aftermath about it. There, this man had been Prime Minister of Zimbabwe over 50 some years, and he's one of the few brothers in Africa had any whites or any nationality. He had thrown them out so we could have our own land. He had even encouraged the brothers and sisters in this country to go back to Zimbabwe so he could pay us, so we could grow our own land, so we could have our own.
Exactly.
But see, this is the key though, that a lot of us, we refuse to understand this. We don't want to talk about that type of history.
Okay, gotcha.
We don't want to talk about that. We always want to talk about the negative about it, and we don't want to. But here, this man that fights for all Africans around this country, around this world. And you know what happened? And this wasn't everybody thought, oh, it was somebody from the inside. It was nobody from his side. It was this brother. He was hung up with this thing. And it was thinking for Portugal, I think. And then they overcrowded, they took him, and he was on house arrest. But here's a person, he's the most influential person in the world. Do you know that he has 17 different types of degrees? Family.
I believe it.
17 different types. He's the most smartest person. But and then at the same time, his son was the next one to take over to make sure. He was one of the first ones, if y'all remember, of the currency that him and Gaddafi was developing. They call it United States of Africa. They was going to develop this currency so us as melanin people around the world get a piece of the pie. But you know what happened? This government has shot him down. I don't know what happened to Montgomery. I hope Montgomery all right. And they was getting ready. If everybody fall in line, within no time, the European governments and everybody else, they would have been bankrupt because, again, we got to talk about this too, that we got to stop talking to these Europeans all the time. We got to start talking about them. They get help. As other nationalities had their hands in Africa, and then other people.
You're absolutely right. And I don't take that point away from you. You're absolutely right.
Right. I don't, people want to put their own allergies on it. Some of our people want to put their spin on it. I don't even want to hear they put their spin on it. We know what happened. They are getting help. So this is the thing that us as a people, and I don't want to get off the subject and everything, but
I got you.
This is what we got to talk about. This is what we must have to talk about more and more and more, because you got, and others, not just Africa, there's other Caribbean countries too that they taking over.
Yeah.
In Jamaica, they got Chinese, Japanese, they got this. So when are we going to talk about that? But they getting help. You hear what I'm saying? United States, you know how much money we owe damn China?
We pay them $12.9 trillion every year. I already know that.
Right, and then we ain't talking about the Jews ever since 1948. We giving them $2.5 million. But
You're absolutely right.
But at the same time, they killing us. When are we going to talk about that?
You're absolutely right too.
But we don't want to talk about that because we want to be damn right. We want to feel that, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, this is wrong, I have to say. But look, all right, and I'm going to go one more point, and I'm going to leave. And then after that, I want you to chime in this. We got women that's going to run for Congress.
Yes, okay? I know that's true too.
I want you to understand. I want the sister to understand this. Do you know, are these women going to talk about our agenda? No. Is they going to try to play that women against women's rights? Yes. So these women y'all got to withstand on that. And brothers, we got to be in alignment with these sisters too, because it is coming. The midterm elections is around the corner, family. And right. This is not, and I got to say this, and and we have to understand this. This is not the time to be playing, oh yeah, this is how I feel about this, or this is how I feel, or this belief or that belief. We are hurting us as melanin people. And we got to find a way to unite, because I'm telling y'all, the storm is coming in our way. They always say this. When other people catch a cold, we catch a flu. We catch the sinus. We catch asthma. We catch all this at one doggone time. When are we going to talk about the things when I've just talked about it? And I'm sorry, for a long time, we don't want to talk about it. We experts about it. And just back up at the synagogue, they talk about that. What happened is sad. And then I know they're going to put a spin on here. He must be sick. He knows what he's doing. Just like Black Native talking about the Deion Wolf, I'm glad you brought that up. He went in there and killed 9 people in the church in our community in South Carolina. And he got a burger out of it. And they said, oh, something wrong with him. He knows what he's doing. So what we got to do, we got to find some safety, and we got to talk about issues like that, because the media and some of us other people, we don't want to talk about it. And KRG, you can stay. You can start off what I said about the synagogue shooting. What you think about it, and other things what I said. Oh, maybe she didn't hear me. All right, go ahead, Loso.
You're absolutely right in everything you said. 100. I cannot argue. I can't even disagree with what you're saying. And there's a lot of other things that you were just explaining and also commenting about that should be talked about, that not even mentioned. Nobody talks about it. Nobody has not even a question or criticism about it. And it just skips everybody's mind. So I agree with you in everything you're saying. But you said something almost at the ending when you finish. You say unified. That's exactly how I was putting it. When you unify and you have unity with your people, we become powerful. We become so powerful that it scares the same man that is killing us, that is making us beware and even be cautious when we walk the sidewalk, because they steady watching us, seeing everything we do. So that's why I'm telling you, I absolutely agree with you. Instead of showing that hate and that hypocrisy and that, just that, excuse me, that distraction and that delusion that we're supposed to hate on each other, then we become a powerhouse. Then we become what you want to call unbreakable, because we're sticking together. We're not letting the enemy win, and we going straight path with God. With God, everything is possible. And believe me, with him, we will prevail. But until we get to understand that everybody's got to be willing to push. Everybody's got to be willing to go out there and make that difference and conversate and communicate. It doesn't matter if you're Black, white, Latin, Hispanic, Chinese, Asian, Japanese. If you have a right and you want to see life be better and you want to see your brothers and sisters get treated right, you have to know how to talk. You have to know how to defend yourself and defend others when the time is right. You can't, like you said, you just can't sit here and say, I feel this and this and this, but you're not doing nothing about it. You're not recommending it on your daily routine, or you're not going out there talking to people, trying to make a difference, to try to make people see you're lost, you're blind, you need to wake up.
Yeah, exactly. And but we have to understand too that that's a good point, because you're right, we got to unify. There's no doubt about that. It just, for me, is that we do have examples in the past, and sometimes we don't want to follow it because, oh, it's ancient, all stuff. But those are examples that our ancestors had left for us.
That's right.
And for crying out loud, why we cannot find those examples and build on it? Why it's got to be a certain fight? I'm going to believe a certain way, and that's it. While the rest of us is suffering. We have examples. Let's build on these. I'm not saying go back and, have a blueprint, when we could take each examples that our ancestors had laid upon us I'm talking about around the world, and build on that and put our thing on it, and understand this is now or never. My brother Sonny, I know you gotta get some sleep soon.
Indeed, man. I think this is gonna be my closing little
Yeah, go ahead,
statement.
bro. Go ahead, bro.
So I got a few different thoughts kind of jumbled in my mind. I'm gonna just go ahead and try my best to get them out. Um, I think a lot of the situations, I think we do kind of talk too much about. You know what I mean? I think we do a lot of talking, just like the brother Losos was talking about. We do a lot of talking, a lot of talking. You know what I mean? To talk much is foolishness and folly. I mean, it's good to talk about it, different things. But a lot of times when I find people, and I'm not saying this particular stream or page, but as of late, you know, I go to different pages and listen to some of the things that people are talking about, and all I hear is complaining, complaining, complaining. I'm thinking to myself like, yo, they're not talking about no solution, no solution at all. They just like complaining about the problem, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and you got different people on the panel that they're giving their complaint, their own different complaint from their perspective. And I'm listening, I'm like, yo, you're not speaking on no problems at all. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So I think when we look at the problems of our people as a whole, I think we need to go all the way back down to the root. Where's the root of the problem? You know what I mean? The root of the problem is we had our nationality and our divine creed snatched from us. We are a nationless people. So one of the main reasons why it's so hard for us to work together is because we don't know how to. We've been trained to basically uh, 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 dislike each other. You know, the foundation of our family has been destroyed. When you look at the Chinese people, the Mexican people, all these people that still have their nationality, look how they move. They move like a nation move. They trade with other nations. When we look at us, we seem to have a problem of doing that. So we need to go back to the root and find out what that root problem is before we can fix anything else. Because it's kind of like we have a vine and fig tree, right? But like we're trying to grab everybody else's vine and fig tree. We have a divine creed, but we grab everybody else's divine creed. So until we get to that point, the only thing that we can do is we can find people with a like mind. Like we all agree that there's certain things that need to be done. Those people that you find that are like minded, those are the people that need to get together and start to work on things. So we made comments as far as you know, elections coming up. You know, how we get a lot of our agendas passed is through numbers of people having the same like mind. Be like, look, Congressman so and so, I can get you in. I got like 3,000 people. You know what I mean? We need you to do this for us. We need you to do that for us. And brother JT, you was right when you spoke of some of the people in the past um, that you know have built great communities and you know one of them in particular, you know, had bombs dropped on them.
Mm-hmm.
But if we go even further than that, I'm gonna give light to somebody that I haven't given light to. I don't think since in a long time. But there's a guy by the name of he go by Prophet Noble Drew Ali.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know about him. A lot of people don't know about what he did and what he brought for our people. Um, he used to move and shake with he used to move and shake with governors, doctors, lawyers, you know, in one state, I believe in Chicago, they raised up to about $1 million or something dollars as a collective people. They were putting people into office. Back then when he was around, some Asiatics were still fighting to vote. You know, so there is a power in numbers, people banding together. But like we just need to get the work. We just need to, get the work in. And Loso, he talked about unity. Unity is very important. But a lot of times we link up and we don't have something that binds us together, like certain rules. Like you gather certain people. You know what I mean? Like we just need to be like minded, man. I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but um, I'm gonna pass the mic with that, and I'm gonna say honest to everyone that's in the chat, honest to everyone that came on the panel today. Um, yeah, I gotta get up early, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll.
God bless my G. You have a good night. God bless you.
Have a good night
God
and be
bless you as
safe.
well.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a good night.
You too, sister. Peace.
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 And you know, and I think the one thing for me is that Larry Hoover and John Ford, that the government said that they was gangsters and all they was just doing trying to form um just to be normalized. So both of us from Chicago, but it spread out. Even we have example the Black Panther Party, Snake. Um, like I always said, we have examples. If anybody knows Loso, Sonny, anybody else, this channel is all about solutions. And one of the solutions that we got to unify. But at the same times, we the black man and the black woman, I had to say this. I really had to say this. And if anybody knows that about me, I'm very, very serious about our people. I'm serious about humanity too, but I'm very serious with our people. We have to find a way, like-minded people. I don't care what status you in. I don't care. We gotta find a way to work together, and we gotta save our kids. We have to teach them our history. We cannot let the system tell us, oh, this history is ancient, because I guarantee you they would not say the same thing about their history. And what happened to people in the synagogue, that is sad. It's very sad. It shouldn't happen like that. But let's see how they're going to treat this. Because almost a year ago in Charlottesville, Virginia, and Sonny knows about this because he lives in Virginia. He born and raised in Virginia. I just been in Virginia for 6 years from New York, originally from New York. I'm just 4 hours away, little more than 200 miles from Charlottesville. So it could spell where I'm at. And trust and believe it's going to happen until we understand we have to protect our own. We all have to get on code. We have to. We are the black man, the black woman. We got to find a way that this system was never really made for us. Don't get me wrong. We resilient people. There's no doubt about that. We've proven that. But I remember once upon a time that even we was going through for decades ago, the black man and the black woman would stick together. It wasn't all about economics. It wasn't all about spirituality. We put our kids through school no matter what. We built the Black Wall Street, Rosewood, and even I did a 2-part series about Wheatsville, Brooklyn, where I'm at. There's a section in Wheatsville, Brooklyn, that's one of the first Black owned neighborhoods back in the mid 1800s that a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. If you don't want to know, go in deep. If you have a computer or a laptop, go in deep and find out. I did Wheatsville part 1 and 2. Wheatsville, Brooklyn, part 1 and 2. We have our first Black paper. We had one of the first Black churches. And we have to understand this. We got examples. We have to understand what's going on right now. This is not the time to turn a blind eye. It's not time. Sometimes, it ain't had nothing to do with me because you driving a nice Benz, you live in a nice house, or you a single parent. I don't care, you're a man or woman, it doesn't make it. I'll put my kid through school, and then you look down on somebody who choose surviving. And giving goddamn money is not enough. Got to put your bodies on the line just as our ancestors did. No matter what status they in back then. That's why I love our ancestors so much. Because they know our people comes first. And along the way, we start loving the system. We like the things they give to us. They give us some fake toys. And we fall for it and they fade away. And look what happened right now. And you can't imagine how I feel right now because I'm pissed off. I'm really pissed off.
You're right.
I am. I'm pissed off.
You're right. You're right. You're right to be pissed off.
But see, when I pissed off, sis, I want you to understand, I'm not saying you. When I pissed off, oh, you don't supposed to be this way. You emotional and stuff. So what am I supposed to be? I can, and then you go on some panels around, you go to some panels, you got the nerve, they got to have some people that are racist, do not like you, and you still want to keep them? For what? We are losing the battle. It's man on one, black male, black woman. How could you have a racist on your damn panel?
Chad, talk about it. Talk about it.
Man or woman. And then you know some women say, I ain't no. How you could talk about you hate a black man? How you could say you hate a black woman? Now I understand. Listen, don't get me wrong. Black woman is definitely wrong. But I will never say that I hate a black woman. I don't like what certain things that she done to me because you should know better about the system and vice versa. But you know what it is? It's all about goddamn numbers. Yeah, I'm going to tell you people, y'all should look at my hashtag. I made up 2 more hashtags. Y'all should look at it. I got mad hashtags. You can look at it too. The ones in the panel. You can look at my hashtags. I don't care. Look at my hashtag.
We do too much complaining about. The one does too much complaining about. He's not LeBron James's size, 6'6", and this that, and he's upset with all black women because they're just overlooking him. Bitch, you're angry, okay? You're angry. We don't like that. And then the other one, everybody's dusty. Everybody's dusty. Well, you gotta go to therapy too. I had to go, and I had to get it together so I could not be upset with everybody. But yeah, that crap drives me insane.
And like I always tell
We don't
people,
have enough time for this right
no,
here.
we have no time. And this is the thing that I like what She Stay Sleep was saying, and I agree a lot with what I've been saying for a long time. Sisters deal with sisters, brothers deal with brothers.
Really, brothers.
After that,
Amen.
after that, we come together. But I still
Absolutely.
say these sisters like yourself, you need help. You tell another sister what you say. They will try and take your goddamn head. You know that, I know that. Oh, you can't talk about that because no, something wrong with you, sister. When you say you hate another black, and just as the black man said, I hate that one. Okay, you hurt. Okay, I understand it. But when you have people keep on pushing this bullshit, time after time after time and the time again, that is not no damn mistake.
Absolutely.
They are an enemy. They all about bringing these people on for numbers. And I'm sorry.
It is a smoke screen. I'm not gonna say they're enemy, but it's a smoke screen. It's a Barnum and Bailey type of trick because people come there for the they come there for the, and I'm guilty of it too. I like to see when somebody's fussing just about the stupid stuff because last week this one said something that way and then the other one said something that way, and it's numbers. It's funny, but it's not getting us ourselves mobilized like we need to get ourselves mobilized, because there's some ugly shit getting ready to come down, and we bitch, we ain't gonna have no damn weaves to go get. Number one, we're gonna have to figure out how to deal with our hair as it is. So
Wow.
I know he said, sis, because I want to get back to you, but I'm hitting low some people. But I gotta say this. Don't take a lot of complaining. It's all about finding solutions. And solutions, what we gotta do. We gotta have brothers gotta have, that's why I have man-to-man talk. Veloso he been on two of them already. I'm trying to have it every week. Brothers, we take care of brothers. And I told brothers that we got to advocate for ourselves because at times we are disvalued.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
We are disvalued in this world, and nobody do not want to talk about issues. So you know what I'm going to do? I said, I'm going to take upon myself with a few other brothers, and we're going to talk about it. And I want sisters to understand. You have to understand. Just as you want us to understand, sisters, you got to understand what pressure that we in right now. We are dying of heart attacks. We are dying of stress. Because sometimes we do not have a safety net to talk. And then we ain't talking about the no good brothers think they all that. We ain't talking about them. Cast them out. They ain't no good. It was just like I always said, this channel is all about solutions, and we're gonna talk about solutions. And Brother Loso, your take, please.
I just want to say sometimes I get pissed off too, Sometimes I get ripped up at certain aspects of what we have to deal with. You see, I'm Puerto Rican, Cuban, black, you understand? So I'm also, being stereotyped. Most of all, I was harassed by the police, but that's over with. You know what I'm saying? I'm older. I stay away from all that. So I like what you said, solutions. You know why? Because I decided to put solutions in my life. And when I did that, my anger went away. My stress went away. A lot of the things that I feel deep inside, I can talk with my brothers, and nobody's going to have a judgment, or nobody's going to feel skeptical. Nobody's going to step to you in the wrong way. These are just brothers that are talking about what they're going through. Just like you said, brothers are dying of heart attacks. Brothers are dying of stress. Brothers are dying of prostate cancer. Like hotcakes. Not only that, you know what I'm saying? We're dying young. We're dying young because of so many other situations. So when we men get together and actually talk like brothers and just take everything out, whatever it is that you feel deep inside that you just want to let out, that builds a bondage between you and your brothers, and especially a bondage with God, and it takes the anger away. It doesn't mean that it's going to make you stop going through the problems that we go through in life every day, because we're going to go through things every day on an everyday basis. It's like what Barack Obama said, it's like a normal norm. But in reality, I feel victorious. I feel valuable. I feel ethical. I feel professional. I feel good when I know that I don't have to wake up and be mad like I used to and be frustrated like I used to. I deal with my problems better. I don't snap. I don't act a fool. You know what I'm saying? I don't get out of character. If I know I have a problem, I can discuss it with God. I'm older. I'm mature. If I know I'm going to get real pissed, I call my best friend, my mother, my son, my family here at home. You understand? So now I got different ways of dealing with certain issues that happens in life, and I have a better communication with my brothers and sisters, and that's something that all men should understand. For a good man to be a good man, you have to change yourself, but also have a beautiful woman that's going to represent you for your good times and bad times, your anger, and always be there for you when you need her most, when you're going through your situations. Instead of just being a number one band quick hitter, she should be a supporting queen, just like a king will be. And I'm going to tell you something. It takes a load off a king, knowing that he has a queen by his side when he's stressing. And one good thing that men also need to know, cry. Ain't nothing wrong with crying, bro. I cry myself. When I talk to God, I cry myself. That releases a lot of anger too with a lot of things that I'm seeing in this world. By the time you know it, 5 or 10 minutes go by, I feel a whole lot better. As you get older, you understand more of how you deal with certain situations and certain aspects. You know what I'm saying? Your perspectives are different. You can't be 30 or 40 years old and try to have a mind of a 16 or 15 years old. It's just not going to happen. So you see, you got to grow as a man. And every man has you know what I'm saying, a way of expressing himself. It's just good that I don't have to express it by myself. It feels awesome that I can talk to my brothers up in the panel from all different cultures, all different states, you know, all over the world, if they do decide to get on the panel, and actually get love and respect in return. That also takes a lot of the anger away. That's my quote on that.
Man, I really loved what you said. What do you say? You can't be 30 years old acting like you're 16.
Yeah, you can't.
Good God Almighty, I love that, because that is one of the problems I tend to have, because I see stuff as, I'm not gonna say as a man, but I see stuff very chilly. So it's not like I'm a lot of an emotional wishy-washy woman. And it's like, let's get it done. Let me help you, because I can't sling no damn sofas around. I know this. I know where my place is. I can't do it. So can I help you? I might not be able to cut the tree down, but I could drag the little limbs off. I got it. I got that idea. And it's wonderful when we got some men out here that understand that all women are not against them. Some of us are feminists, but we're traditionalists. We want to be, women who are appreciated and do for our men because it makes us proud. That's the type of lady I am, And I just wanted to say I'm really happy listening to the conviction in your voice. And I hope you continue on with that type of that type of mindset, because it takes a really, really strong man to not be sucked in by this damn red pill bullshit, the feminist bullshit, the blue pill, the this, that, all this other crazy stuff. Cuts him too. You know, all that stuff. So
I feel you on that.
Jesus, he drive me nuts. But I just wanted to say, man, peace to you. I just, props to you. My
Yeah, I
God.
appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you
I,
so much. It's just like
I
JT
know I'm not
says.
the only one. I know I'm not the only one that feel like that.
Just like JT says, it's all about solutions. If you have solutions, you have what's called solving problems. When you solve problems, you are successful. You achieve. You accomplish things, and like that, you can move mountains. Well, go ahead, JT. You can take over.
No, it just for me is this, that I'm happy that I'm having this, conversation. Because sometimes us as brothers, as Loso, sometimes us as brothers, we do try to find solutions, but it cannot be just us.
Exactly.
It can't, because then, in the past, I be inviting sisters on there, and I know some sisters don't like to come on here. I understand, but we need more sisters. We
Yes,
need more perspective, because I'm letting you know right now. In the near future, I said, "Oh, you don't invite me." Yes, I did invite you. You did not want to come in. So if another sister want to come in, feel the void, what it is. No, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still going to do my best to tell the truth. I'm going to do whatever I can. You know.
I hear you.
And
I
so,
feel you on that. But you see, JT, let me say something else too.
Go ahead.
You absolutely right on that. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of brothers, they really feel that they don't need a sister there to hold them down in situations like this. And when it comes to battles and when it comes to times of this type of nature, but I'm gonna tell y'all, brother, something, man. Every good brother needs a powerful woman next to him. I'm telling you, you focus better, you think better, you analyze better, and you on a straight and narrow. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know. God knows what he's doing, and God knows what he did, and he knows, and he's always right. So if he built a woman off of a man's rib, respect your sister, man. Show your sister the respect and the loyalty and the sincerity and the love and passion that you would like to be treated as equal and also. But you know what? When you stuck in the era and when you stuck in the position where you just lost and confused, you might see a woman as a distraction. So you lack yourself from that attention. But then sooner or later, it's going to hit you in your head like a brick wall. And you're going to understand that you're going to need and you're going to want, not only need, you're going to want and desire to have a queen by your side to make you feel that good. Because trust me, it makes you feel good. It really does.
Yeah. Yeah, so and that's the thing about it, it just for me, it's like I come a long way. You know what I mean? And it's not like, oh, you just got your channel. No, it took hard work because I had to actually start again. You know what I mean? And gotta be very cautious with how I say certain things. I gotta be very particular because sometimes I do get passive and I do not have a no care attitude. I really don't, but at the same time, I gotta be careful of that, but at the same time, I gotta be me. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to understand this platform that I created. It's all about helping people. I have to understand that people listening right now and they don't have solution. They don't have nobody that helped them. And I'm talking about these are good people, and they need help, and their
Yep.
family and their friends turn their back on them. And
That's
I think
right.
that, and I feel that is, and that's another conversation we got to have too. I'm thinking about doing a series about that very, very soon. I'm thinking about it. I don't know how it's going to be about it, but I'm thinking about doing a series.
Okay.
How certain people turn their back on them when they need help, and then when they want help, you want to get to be there for them. And I know,
Speak up, brother. Speak up. Please speak up. Yes, sir.
and we gotta talk about that. We gotta call these people out, and then
You're absolutely right.
that's why, like, I could talk to you like that because it's happened to me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all go to my channel. I tell people all the time, go to my channel. You see what I do. I'm outside. I do talk to people. You know what I'm saying? I talk to kids. You know, it ain't all about, oh, I'm getting stripes on my back. I do it because I want to. Because I know I need it in the streets.
Exactly.
I do other things too, but I know my thing is in the street trying to reach the ones, because the ones are kids that work in these fast food places. They are the forgotten ones. And even the parents, they are the forgotten ones. So I be their voice. Like I told people before, you know what I'm saying? If y'all want to know more, I'm talking about the voices 1 and 2. I did the voices part 1 and part 2. You need to get that. You will learn a lot. Because the two parts, I really talk about me and bring it to others. Everything what I'm saying is coming from me. I had to deal with it one time. I had to deal with it, and I'm at what I'm at right now. Because I believe life is, when you talk about yourself, is the best teacher ever. Sometimes better than a book. And there's nothing wrong selling yourself. There's nothing wrong trying to help others. You got to do whatever you can to help others. And we have to understand that. I do stuff about, hey, another one. I did something about status. Look for that. I'm giving people jewels so y'all can look up. And see, all you understand, you say you want to debunk me, talking about we already win. No, we're not winning yet. Because you know why? Because we ain't free. But I understand what you're saying. If you want to be free, that's on you. But I would say it is for you. There's this. We still gotta fight for our rights of everything. Dr. Claude Anson talking about reparations. He talking about the way how to go about it for a long time. So a lot of us don't want to hear that. And he been at this for over 50 years. If we want to get what we want, I mean, not if, when we have to get what we have to change the language, we have to change our mindset. We have to have that militant attitude, that warrior attitude that I talked about. I did it 2 weeks ago. Another one, look for it. A warrior attitude, a warrior mindset. We got to get back to that, brothers and sisters, because we losing the war. And we start losing in all fronts. But at the same time, I'm not going to keep on complaining or saying it, but we got to find solutions. But part of it, like y'all both said, is all about unity. But we have to understand they are different. Now, we have to understand each other's pain. But at the same time, we cannot have no black man, no black woman that are feminists or racist, that don't like us. We got to get them out. Because they are killing our movement. I would not have any man, any woman that, oh, I hate a black man, or I hate a black woman on my panel. No, I'm not. You are, no, you don't like me. So why you don't like me? You want to be around me. Come on, that's suicidal. It baffles me how some of these people in social media acted. But if I say so, oh, you don't understand, and this and that. So, no, I'm not going to deal with anybody that hates me. Really?
You should reference them the story of Macbeth. See if that ended well, to be hanging around people that were envious of you. See if they know what that is. Shakespearean tragedies. It makes no sense. Why would you align yourself and have to have eyes in the back of your head all the time?
And right,
why would you do that?
Yeah, right. And this is what I'm saying. Go more on your point, sister. And then they can say that, oh, this person made good points, this and that, but they don't like you. To me, them points they made is out the drain in my book.
Well, when somebody don't like you, it's called counterintelligence. I mean, but you gotta really be steadfast in your boots about knowing that what you're gonna do with that person once you get whatever kind of information you need. Me personally, I'm kind of with George Macon on, we got to put our Pookies and Ray Rays or our undesirables in some type of position, but they all got to goddamn go. Tommy, all of them, they all got to come. Because they all got something to do. They all got something to do.
I understand it, but see, we talking about Tommy and them all the time. These are the ones. We understand that, but these are the people. The people that I'm talking about, they surface it. These are some of the people on YouTube. They already know that they are racist and stuff like that. They are feminists, and they still on the panel.
Yeah, no.
You cannot reason a feminist. You cannot reason a racist. You can't do that.
I know.
You can't. But see, when I say something like that, it's a problem. Man, I ain't trying to hear you, homie. I ain't trying to hear you, sis. That person don't like. If a black woman said, I do not like black men. Oh, I supposed to talk to you? I supposed to give it here to you? How about Sister Archie? If I said I hate black women, and I keep telling you time and time again, you ain't gonna want to be around me, right?
I don't think you're a clown, to be honest, because like I'm pretty sure you came out of a black something.
I understand that, but you don't want to be around when I keep on telling you that. Let's be honest.
No, I would absolutely think you're some type of a sadicist, because it don't make me know mine. It don't make me know. Never mind. I lived in Germany, and they didn't like it. Huh?
No, I hear what you're saying. They're clowns, but they premeditated. And I'm sorry, if you premeditate, you keep on saying there's a pattern. That means you ghost to me. I don't have nothing to say to you. I wasted my breath with you. And if anybody want to be in alignment with it, I'm going to see you a certain way.
Yes. Now, I have a question for you on that one. Do you feel like people can feel like that and then have an awakening, and then something happens to them and they say, oh, that's not exactly how I needed to be all this time?
That's a good question. That's a good
not those ones.
So do you want me to give you like my late father say? Do you want me to give you the sugar coat truth, or you want me to give you the real truth? Because I can give you both.
Listen, I got on my granny panties. You go ahead and tell me what you want to tell me.
I know you got your granny panties. I'm just have to put it out there.
Yeah, I got on my big girl pants. I got on my granny panties.
No. I feel like my father from my ancestry right now. He's talking to me right now. Like I'm gonna repeat it again. Do you want the brown sugar truth, or you want me to give you the real truth?
I want the real truth. Let's hear
all
it.
Right, because I'm working with my father now. I can't go.
All right. Let me hear daddy. Let me hear daddy.
All right, I gotta get the African spirit. Like, woo, 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 woo. You know what I mean? all right. I'll put it through this way. My feeling. Or my me. They could change, but I still ain't gonna see you a certain way. You gotta change all the way. I'm saying like this: wherever you feel, you gotta denounce that. Not no wait around no 2 or 3 years. No, you need to get on it, whatever, denounce it.
I hear you on that one.
If you slow on it, I ain't got nothing to say to you.
I hear you on the denounce it. I hear that shit.
Man or woman, I ain't got nothing to say to you. That's like I get back to the point I'm saying. These are the same people. They know they had racists. They know they had sexist. Then and I'm gonna tell women. I said, women, you could be sexist too. So cut it out too.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely.
Stop playing the system. Oh, you don't support. Cut it out. Cut it out. You could be sexist too, as men too. And us as men, and I think that on the next on the next Man Talk Low, so we're gonna talk about that too.
Okay, that'll be fine with me. You already know me.
We ain't gonna talk about because we gotta talk about as men as being sexist, but at the same time, to look at the attitude of women being sexist too.
You know what? I want to say something about that, and I've been waiting because I've been listening to y'all both talk, and it's like y'all going back and forth, and I'm just getting information from both of you, and both of you are making great points. Both of you. But to me, a woman that's like that, you know what? And I'm gonna be real with you. I think they lack attention. I think they lack more of what they differ when they act that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the reason thank you very much. And the reason that is because they're so used to it already. When you find somebody that comes within you that finds the difference between that differ of you being that way, you start to change your chemistry about that certain behavior and attitude that you carry within yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But if you built that chemistry, you always gonna lack in that division. You always gonna show that performance every time you meet somebody, every time you get into it with somebody, even if you debate with somebody. And people are gonna call you out quick because they already see your demeanor. It's like taking you out the equator quicker or what you can say, let me talk. So you see, even men that act like that, it's lack. I call it lacking. And the reason why they lacking on that same perspective and that same propaganda is because just like a woman, they're lacking and they're seeking for something that maybe they're so used to getting that they get nowhere with that. And when people call them out on it, then you call them people player haters. Now you mad at these people because they calling out at what you really are when it comes to that matter. So JT and sis, I agree with both of you. Both of you make great points, but I think it's the sis that has to see that behavior towards herself and a brother to see that behavior and see what they can do to do what, JT? Find a solution to fix that problem, because that can wear off on somebody that you're with or somebody that you're very close with, and it turns into like poison ivy, and it gets infected and it gets spread. And if it's spread, it gets nasty, it gets messy. You understand what I'm saying? And us being adults, we should know better than that already. You feel me? We should know better. So, you know what? I think everybody has their flaws. Who doesn't have flaws? Sis, I know you got flaws. JT, I know you got flaws just like myself. But JT, look at what you're saying. Solutions to finding out how to fix the problems is what's going to make it more adaptable to you to understand certain things that you couldn't change before. That's what I have to say.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Sis, Queen, Archie.
Y'all lying tonight in the middle of the damn night. What's going on?
That's how I do. See, you sleeping. You sleeping on the darkness. I do. I get up.
Lo, so where are you from?
Me, I'm a Miami boy, but now I live in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? I'm here with my
Oh,
family. I love
okay.
it. It's beautiful out here. It's quiet. It's peaceful. And you see, that's another thing. When you hang around a crowded area and you always in the mix of the center of
Oh, yeah.
attention and you got
Yeah.
that cycle, that also presents a big problem. So sometimes you got to change your role. You got to change your league. So I decided to come somewhere where it's peaceful and nice, and that
Mhm.
also calms down and it brings
Yeah.
down a lot of pressure. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
And
I do. I do.
and,
It
and that's
it
why
helps you decompress. Yes.
and that's why when I'm mad, when I'm going through my issues, it's just like I said earlier. You know what I'm saying? When I bring that tension to myself, what do? I vibe with my family here. I love being with my family here. Or I come to my brothers and sisters on YouTube because JT, I really see JT as my family. I
I
really
hear you.
see Sleep TV as my family. I
I
really
hear
see
you.
More Valley and Power God and Big Cash and so many others as my brothers and sisters. But I'm like JT. Once I don't like you, I don't want you to text me. I don't want you to look at me. I don't want you to
Ooh,
come to my channel. I don't want you to come to my panel. If I ever have a panel, I'm
ooh.
going to ignore you every chance I get.
Wow. You gotta wait till the denouncement comes. I hear that shit. I hear y'all.
You understand what I'm saying?
I hear y'all.
Why am I going to show love to somebody that showed me hatred before? You need to go to God, repent to God what you've done wrong to all the people that you have done wrong before you come into the panel and try to correct somebody or try to judge somebody for what they did wrong. Sister, let me
Mm.
tell you, son, I used to be the biggest piece of shit in the world. I used to be a cheater, a womanizer, a player, you name it. I did it. I was the goodest piece of shit you would ever meet in your life. And look
Mm.
what God did to my life. He changed my life for the better. So if he can do it with me little by little, and I gave my life to him, but I still commit sin, sister. I drink a lot of coffee. I smoke cigarettes. I curse a lot. So I still commit sins. I'm not perfect. But at the same time, I know that with the right direction, the right path, following the right brothers, the right circle, the right crowd, and staying away from elements that I know that I don't belong in, I'm going to be all right. But you
Mm-hmm.
have to make the change yourself. You can't expect nobody to make the change for you. Remember, you can't be 30 or 40 years old and try to act like you're 14 and 15 and think you're going to get away with it. There's no
Mm-hmm.
such thing as forever. So you have to start changing now before time changes you and you become that hatred person that you most hated to be all your life.
Hell yeah. Ain't no fun being the oldest in the club.
You know what I mean? Just being real, man. You know what I'm saying? Life is so short. And I just love the way that JT makes his point, just like Sleep TV. You know what I'm saying? We all need to discuss our issues, discuss our problems. You understand? How you gonna sit there and try to judge or try to point the finger at somebody when you ain't even point the finger at yourself?
Yeah.
Always trying to play the innocent role. Oh, I'm better than this. I'm better than you. I do this better than man. I don't want to hear none of that. Embrace your brother. Embrace your sister. Love your brother and sister. Let them be great too at what they do. Let them be great at their craft. Don't hate on another brother because a brother is being successful. Don't hate on a sister because she has a better job than you and she makes more money than you. Be happy for that sister.
Mm-hmm.
Comply to that sister. Congratulate that sister. I guarantee you, if you put that hatred out the door, JT is right. Man, we can find so many solutions to our problems, but you have to be willing to fix the problem and start talking and bragging about it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I wonder well, when you say that we have to stop with some things that we're doing. Everybody learns differently and everybody comes to their point in life at a different time, different reasons for they get that bump on the head for different reasons. But
Right.
I wonder if we have to be able to, as other people watching the movie, say, be able to identify what the problem is. Oh, that's a hurt sister right there. And she just lashing out. She waiting. That's something. God, somebody, some higher power, creator, send something to fix that in her life so she can be part of the solution team, not part of the outsiders where we gonna have to put her in a job stamping pennies, or him at a job stamping pennies because he's so angry, just cracking rocks
I
since
feel
he's
what you're
angry.
saying. Look, it's like this. It's like, let's say you see your mom every day. You know your mom is happy. You know your mom is cool. You know your mom have a good relationship. But one day, you just come in the door and you see your mom not acting the same, not being her own way, how she usually be. You're going to see that something is wrong. Sometimes you don't need to scream and shout to see that something is wrong with you. All a man or a woman got to do is look at you that know you very well and know that something is wrong with you. You just have to speak up and let your voice be heard. And within that problem, there should be a solution that y'all can take step by step to fix the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, but like the problem with that is now, and I can speak for this, is that the way I was raised was, I'm not gonna say that I didn't have any men around. I have my brother and I had a stepdad. But my mom was very, 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 very stern and strict. And there was no social events, there was no going out, there was no going to dances, it was always no, 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 no. So I grew up thinking, let me figure out a way to do it without. I don't need, because you know what? It was going to be no anyway. So let me not even care to want those types of things. Everybody got a path in life. To the fabric, the stitching is a particular way because of a particular way they were brought up. And I really think that we if we take some time to kind of try to learn some of those people, will be able to figure out where best we can utilize those people, because I just don't believe in throwing anybody away, but some of them, damn, they sure enough need to be in the room by themselves.
Yeah, King Ways, what's going on, bro? Thanks for coming. We're gonna be closing this out in a few minutes and everything. But you welcome, K.R.G. Don't be a stranger.
Okay. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed you too. Where are you from, JT?
He has too many questions, you know.
Don't ask me. I'm a lady. Come on.
They didn't have nothing to do with it. I know your lady be trying to.
I'm a lady. People, we ask questions. We want to know.
I got your little sentence, and all of a sudden I be heard up in the corner, and they say, "I didn't do that." Yo, KR, set me up, man.
Oh, come on. Come on. I wouldn't do anything like that.
Now you said it too convincingly. You said it too quick.
No.
Innocent. I'm just messing with you. I'm originally from New York, but I've been living in Virginia for 6 years.
Oh, I'm from Virginia. I used to live in Fairfax County.
Fairfax.
It's near DC, the DMV.
Oh, you live near Alexandria, right?
Yeah. I used to live near Alexandria, Virginia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you live near the nice place. What they call that place?
I lived like right where the Mixing Bowl was. I graduated from Springfield, so if Franconia, Springfield, Rolling Road. I'm from Saratoga. That's where I'm from.
You from where?
Saratoga in Virginia, up there.
Oh, Saratoga. You know they got a Saratoga in New York. Saratoga.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, I'm from Springfield, Virginia.
Get out of here.
Yeah. 22153.
Oh shoot, get out of here. Oh, any man that want to talk to KR, let me stop.
Well, I'm not up there anymore.
You don't mind where you at? You asking all these questions.
I am in Florida now. I live in
What part of Florida?
North Central.
North Central. I lived all over Florida for 32 years.
Oh wow.
Yep, but I travel to a lot of places, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta, because my son lives in Atlanta, but now he's in North Carolina in college. But I travel to a lot of places, and I'm gonna tell you, I got tired of Florida. I got tired of it. That's why I came over here. I got tired of it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Florida is very interesting. Excuse me. Florida is very interesting. You gotta kind of get the hell away from people. Like my neighbors are cows. I have pastured over there, and there's a bunch of cows over there. And in the spring, I can hear the little cows being born, and that's so nice. Rather than, where the fuck was you, Tyrone? You were supposed to be. Why you spent the paycheck and slamming doors and all this stuff? Once you get away from them damn people in the city, things are a lot nicer. Telling you.
Yeah. So where you at in Florida?
I'm near Gainesville, the University of Florida, UF.
Oh shoot! Oh, Gainesville. Okay.
Yep. Gators.
Gators. Oh, Gator tell you. Oh, do you like it?
Yeah. I do.
Sure, you got crocodiles coming on your
Yeah, it would be alligators, but no, I don't have any of those. No, you got no alligators rolling around here. I don't live in a swamp.
Well, my family, I'm finna call it a night. I'm exhausted. I'm tired.
Hold on.
Call it a night. I've been trying to tell y'all, but man, the conversation went so well. But I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. I love y'all. Y'all have a good night. God bless to the chat.
All right. Good night.
No. Don't leave yet. I always do the last remarks. Queen, give your last remarks. Loso, last remarks, and I would say my last remarks, and I close this out.
Oh, I don't have anything else to say. I had a great time talking.
That's it for me. I think we topped it off, big dog. Yeah. If you want to have the last if you want to go out with the last remark, you can go ahead. I think we spoke about everything, man.
Yeah. This is phenomenal.
Right. This is my thing. Say a little something. Now I want to hear a little something. Just you
talk.
Don't you Riff.
Well, you know what? I just say something. You know what I'm saying? I will say something. And what I learned today is, you know what I'm saying, that we can learn from each other. You know what I mean? Every day, on an everyday basis, we just learn from each other. We have to remember that everybody got differences. Everybody thinks differently. Everybody has different opinions. You know, especially what's going on with the world today, what's going on in the schools, innocent kids being taken into targets, and also the conversations about being bullied and how we need to communicate with our kids and everything. We need to set our boundaries, and we need to put disciplinary more in order. Parents can't be afraid to talk to their kids, and kids can't be afraid to talk to their parents, because nowadays I feel like kids are more like parents and the parents are more like the kids. So, I think that's something that also needs to be talked about, but also just to take the chance and opportunity to hear everybody, just to hear everybody's concern, everybody's opinion, and further lets us know that, we have a unification, we have a bondage, we have differences, but we can all understand each other and come together as family. And with that said, with God, everything is possible. With God, man, we can't accomplish nothing. So let's put him first in everything and go on from there. And that's what I got from everything today, just to be able to unify, to be more brothers and sisters attached to each other, instead of being, just discreditable and unethical and unvaluable to each other. It doesn't make a point. It just makes it less valuable for us to fight for each other if we keep on just distracting each other. And I'm going to keep learning every day from Mr. JT and from what you teach, because I myself am a student, and a student learns just as much as he can teach the people of what I've learned today. So thank you very much, JT and sister. It was an honor and a pleasure.
Thank you very much, and I will chat with you later, my brother. Thank you.
You already know. Good night, sister. I love y'all, but I must go to sleep.
Good night. Good night. Good
All
night.
right, for sure. All right, peace.
You next, sis.
Oh, I had a wonderful time with you guys on here. I'm so honored you allowed me on panel. I don't really have much more to say than that. It was wonderful.
Thank you. And I always tell people, and let me see. And what I'm going to say this is that I want to thank everybody for the chat. They're participating. I don't know how, but I knew, but I think it went well, and I appreciated this stuff. Are you subscribed to me?
Yes, I am.
You subscribe? Okay, that means you can get. So I'm trying to get the other sister on, Black Native, but I couldn't get on. I don't know. Because I know sometimes Google
yeah, Google Hangouts be acting up sometimes.
They do. He can't. Yeah, I know. Ain't me. He be popping back, but I want to thank y'all everything. The ones in the panel, thank you so much. Come back, sister. I want you to be on the panel at times.
You know it. You know it.
You know what I'm saying? It's good that because it's going to be at times I'm going to be doing shows like this at times or a certain time, like late at night. But sometimes I do need some rest. So sometimes so I might pop on like this. So if you be on it, make sure if you want to get on the panel, it's up to you. You can go on the panel anytime, all right? But on that note, so thank you. Thanks for everybody in the chat. And like I said, it's all about solutions, family. Let's still fight for our rights. The war's still on.
All right.
And it's up to us, the black man and the black woman. We got to keep our family together. When you keep your family together, you'll when our communities together. And when our communities together, our nations together, remember that.
Amen.
All right. Amen. On that note.
Good night.
On that note, get out.